Hello, everyone, and welcome to this webinar presented by Artifi and Znode. We are very lucky today to have Danielle Arnold with us. Danielle is the digital product manager at Rawlings, and Danielle is going to talk about all the bees in baseball. So, Danielle, I'll let you take it from here.
Awesome. Yes, all the bees in baseball relating to all the different types of business units. So today we're going to go through how we've utilized the Artifi and Znode tools to benefit our team in selling custom uniforms, most specifically. So we've used both these Artifi and Znode tools to customize an experience to allow coaches a seamless way to not only create, but to also sell and fulfill these custom orders for most of travel ball, baseball, and fast pitch organizations nationwide. So within this, we had a set of primary goals. So one, starting with simplifying ordering. Everything has been done manually, so we wanted to simplify that process while still offering a high level of custom uniform options and highlighting our top quality product, but also being able to fulfill these orders efficiently and having the end user have a good experience so that this whole thing is a added service and not necessarily an added stress. Custom is not easy. It's not, placing an order simply. There's a lot of back and forth here. So we wanted to focus on these pieces when creating our new solution for custom ordering. Our market, we have three big buckets that we focus on. So one being wholesale market. So that's like your big box stores, your Dick's Sporting Goods, your Academy, even Amazon. Individual retail is your local smaller mom and pop shop. So like your Santos Sports is a local one from where I'm from, or Fisher's or D-Bats, which are hitting facilities all across the country. And then finally, our direct sales. So this is where our website with all of our portfolio of brands here, including what we have just created, which kicks it off with My Locker 360 there. So when we look at our market, we're specifically looking here at our individual retail bucket here because they are allowed to sell our portfolio of brands when it comes to stock apparel, equipment, gloves, bats, and helmets. But most importantly, they are our connection to those travel ball organizations. So historically, these store owners have been able to be connected with these travel ball organizations so that they can collect the data to place uniform orders and ultimately fulfill the orders as well. Because when we look at the type of customers here, we have our individual coaches who have like a single team. You have your large travel ball organizations, which have many different teams, or you have athletic directors ordering for a school. So focusing on all these different types of customers, meaning we do have also a lot of payment methods. So whether it's a booking order, purchase order, credit card order, or fulfilling an order from rebates from previous purchases. So looking at all these different types of customers as well as ways that they are paying, we needed to create a solution that, again, makes this more efficient, a little bit more seamless, and ultimately services that end user customer, that player, that parent, more than it's servicing that in between business, right? That individual retailer. So we wanted to start shifting our focus towards that end user, that end customer. So what it looks like right now and how we are, or rather what solution we have created from how the process has been working, where these individual coaches or organization heads or athletic directors are working with these dealers nationwide. We have sales representatives across the country as well, managing territories and aiding these dealers with these booking orders and custom orders. But really, the responsibility lies on the dealer with help from the sales team, but they have to design the uniforms with back and forth, be the in-between from the coach to the art team, and making sure that those messages stay consistent. They also have to collect information on sizes, numbers, player names, and create a roster. Then they have to place that order, which is manually entered by customer service internally here. And then the order is placed in bulk. So it's ultimately shipped to either the coach or that dealer, which then creates a uniform pickup day, right? So now that that end user ultimately still doesn't receive their product, but they have to go in and collect it from the bulk order where it was shipped, rather whether it was that coach or that individual retailer.
Danielle, it sounds like there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of cost here from order entry cost and probably a lot of
Absolutely.
opportunities for mistakes and
Yes.
probably returns.
Yes, and that's a big piece of this because there is so much in between going on with between here's what I want to here's order entry to receiving that order. There's a lot of human touch points. So we're trying to eliminate that and automate as much of this as we could.
Makes sense.
So we wanted to start by looking at this dealer. They have been long running servicing our custom orders. So we decided to utilize the Artifi tool and have all of our builders in one place. So not only do we have our custom uniforms, but we also have our custom gloves, custom helmets, as well as wood bats. So our dealers can come in here, create their uniforms, and create all their designs, send that email to their end coach for approval to make sure everything is correct. But there's less of that back and forth so that they can take that design once approved and then send it right into our art team. So it's technically eliminating part of that approval process because they have more ownership. We have all of our options on the site of how we can decorate uniforms. So it just eliminates some of that back and forth. And then ultimately, same thing, being able to place the order from this site. So
So
that
Danielle,
has,
that's a
yeah,
great example of really channel enablement. Rather than spending 2 weeks going back and forth, you've automated the process of customization, product customization through Artify, as well as the order entry through Znode through a dealer
mhm,
store. That's awesome.
exactly. So now that we have a solve for the dealer business, we do want to focus on that end consumer. So we focused on utilizing Znode B stores, which Tom, if you don't mind taking it from here and kind of explaining a little bit about what those B stores are.
Absolutely. Uh, so again, Artify is the our product that allows for online customization. Znode is our e-commerce product, and Znode's very well known for the ability to run multiple storefronts. Within Znode, there's a unique feature called B stores, and think of it as like a B is the middle B in B2B2C business models, like Rawlings has. And so what the B store allows Rawlings to do is create a team or a league store. And actually, Rawlings is actually enabling that channel to do it themselves. So a team or a league can stand up their own store. They can add the products they want, including the ability to do customization of the products, because that's an important part of having a team store, and then publish that store to the parents. Znode basically is providing the underlying technology to enable Rawlings to do this business model.
Which has been great for us because we get to then create a fully personalized individual experience per shop. So each organization is able to customize product. They're able to also include site design and messaging directly from the coach. So when the coach logs in, they submit their logos, they create their custom product, and again, all of that is reviewed on the website. So the art team all their communication back and forth is either approval or rejection. If there is any need of rejection, there's obviously more conversation that has to be had there. We do create a lot of rules and parameters to avoid that, but all of it, once again, seamless, done on the site. So not only is that part seamless, but also order entry. We've been able to eliminate the manual order entry of custom uniforms. So this part has no intervention, which means we've been able to automate player numbers and player names as well. So that data isn't touched until production. So when you're mapping out the layouts essentially, but that information stays consistent and doesn't allow for any human intervention for any potential errors there. And then ultimately at the front end here, it is an easy, familiar shopping experience for our customer, for that end consumer. So meaning, of course, that player or that parent logging on to shop. Um, so again, just to kind of the process from start to finish, the very first step is with the coach. So that coach is coming in and creating those custom designs as well as making their site personally connected to their team, whether it be using their team logos and colors. which can be done independently. We encourage independence so that they can be self-managed, but we also offer customer service for assistance as well as our sales team that is out within those territories. So designs, once again, are approved prior to the order. So we can't make any purchases until that design is approved. So once those designs are approved and ready to go, the second step is sharing that custom site. So that coach takes their custom code and shares it with their team. When the users log into MyLocker 360, there's a section to add in their team code, which then gives them access to this personal site. Uh, when the end users place their orders, the orders are then shipped directly to that consumer. And again, this is completely supported by customer service. So that is a huge piece here that is different from before. We really relied on dealers to play our customer service role. So this operation has to be fully supported with a team of its own, which we have in place to help from everything from creating the customizations to that end consumer shopping experience. And just to kind of show off a few of our current running custom B stores, as you can see, each of these has a different feel, and that is kind of the goal. We have our DBAT staff site for our hitting facilities that we offer cage balls and tanner tees, anything you would need for the hitting facility, as well as customized gear. So whether that be a DBAT logo on a Rawlings tee or a hoodie, those are both offered on these DBAT staff sites, as well as custom baseballs. We also have stock product being offered and other decorated stock product. So currently, we're able to meet the needs of multiple different types of teams or businesses, even all through servicing or utilizing this B store function with Znode. So this whole operation took a lot of integrations so that we can ultimately automate everything that we needed, as well as give that customer a smooth experience. So order management, we integrated with Deck Commerce. For marketing and personalization, we integrated with our Salesforce Marketing Cloud. User ratings and reviews, we connected with Bazaar Voice. We wanted to make sure we had similar payment options to our Rawlings.com and Easton.com. So we made sure we integrated with CyberSource, Google Pay, Apple Pay, as well as any of the buy now, pay later options. We integrated our returns and order tracking with Narvar. And then finally, our enterprise integration. So how do we get those orders from Znode into our ERP system? So we integrated with E1 as well as Jitterbit. So a lot of integrations to make this project go round, but ultimately we have our MyLocker 360 site, which I just wanted to show a little bit, to share a little bit with you today of what it looks like for someone to come in, create their uniform, and then ultimately place a purchase for that uniform. So this
So
is just
if
quickly
Danielle,
going
in
through. Yes.
this case, you're acting as the coach creating the uniform for the team, correct?
That is correct. Yes. The coach is the only one that has access to this dashboard, as we like to call it, so where they're able to go in and customize products. So any customization is done before sale. So always keep that in mind. No, nothing can be done on that storefront while
Perfect.
purchasing. It's all done prior.
And this is all done through Artifi then.
Correct. Yes. This is our Artifi builder that has every single rule for these sublimated uniforms locked in place, like we said, so few rejections could happen. They can only create what we can produce.
It's an important point because anytime you're doing custom products, having rules and templates matters a lot to
Yes.
make the production easier. You can't have everything open, otherwise the production of the actual products is going to get really, really hairy.
Absolutely. And I think that that has been yeah, a huge benefit for us so that again, it's not that back and forth, but rather testing the parameters of what the platform can do, and you can't exceed beyond that. So it took a lot to set it up, but once the rules are in place, it's really been super beneficial for the team.
Makes sense. You're doing this at two times speed. Otherwise, the coach setting up this uniform is really, really fast with what they want.
Very skilled, yes.
Right. Right.
It's like somebody must have spent hours and hours on this platform. I can't imagine.
Looks like a really easy experience. And then this, I'm
Yes.
assuming, is at some point here, they're going to publish this uniform in a store, correct?
That is correct. So as you can see, that big green button kind of went by fast, was a submit for approval.
Hmm.
So that's where it went through our design approval with our art team. And then once they approve, just like it is here, it became shoppable where you're able to add in your player number, your player name, so that that shows up automatically on our roster when we go to process orders.
And in this case, this would be the experience the parent is coming in and actually purchasing after the coach has set up the team store and the custom products.
Exactly, exactly. So they have record of the order that they placed. It goes on record for the coach themselves, so they can always verify the orders that are coming through with the names and numbers in case there's any need for change. But ultimately, that is mm, the gist of My Locker 360.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What a great job the team at Rawlings has done on better serving the customer, automating order entry, making it easy to order custom products. So great job. Congratulations to you and the whole team at Rawlings.
You. Yes. And thank you for the tools that you gave us because we really made Znode and Artifi work for us and it's incredible to see the result.
Oh, thank you. And thanks for this webinar, Danielle. If
Absolutely.
anybody has any questions, please feel free to follow up with me. You're probably looking at this through some social media feed or from a YouTube channel, but please feel free to follow up with us with any questions. And thank you so much for your time today. And Danielle, thank you. You're awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you.